Hey everyone, it's Warren here from Overexposed 360. Today we received a package from our friends from GearBest.com and we'll be doing an unboxing and review of the Xiaomi Mijia is a J sign, silent J, Mia. Xiaomi Mijia, can't be right. Yes, we're doing the unboxing and review of the Xiaomi Mijia 360 camera.
Okay, now that I've got my little routine out of the way, let's actually talk about the camera. The Xiaomi Mijia Mi Sphere 360 camera is their first entry into the consumer 360 camera market. Xiaomi is fast becoming one of the bigger players in the mobile market. The technology and quality of their mobile phones have come leaps and bounds in the past few years, and it's becoming a real competitor to the Samsung and Apple phones in the market. So I'm really excited to see whether Xiaomi can take the lead in this relatively new consumer 360 camera market. Okay, let's quickly do the unboxing. The camera comes in a neat, tiny package. Nothing fancy like the Gear 360 or the 360 Fly, but the packaging is not why we're interested in the camera in the first place. Inside the box, there's the camera itself. Beneath it, there's a mini tripod, a USB cable, a little carry pouch, and an instruction manual. But as with all Xiaomi products, the instruction manual is in Chinese only. Let's check out the camera itself. The camera is in an interesting square shape. It's very flat, measuring only 11mm thick. The two cameras' lens protrude out to around 22mm thick. Like most 360 cameras, it consists of two extremely wide fisheye lenses. The thinness of this camera should make the stitching a little bit easier and better, as the two fisheye images will start to overlap each other closer to the camera itself. There's not many buttons on the camera, just a power button, a Wi-Fi button and a record button. But the buttons are well laid out and it's very responsive and easy to press. On the front of the camera there's a light to display whether you're in video or photo mode, as well as a battery indicator indicating whether you're low on battery. The camera is charged via micro USB, which is located on the side of the camera. The micro SD card is also inserted here. The flap kind of gets in the way a little bit and makes it a little bit hard to insert and remove the micro SD card, but it's not really a big issue. The overall build quality of the camera is really good. It feels really solid. The brushed aluminium finish, even though the front and the back panels are actually plastic, give us a premium feel over some of the other 360 cameras such as the Gear 360. The square shape makes it pretty easy to handle, and the included mini tripod also acts as a handle for handheld shots. Here are the specs for the camera. It's got a dual 16MP 190 degrees fisheye camera, 24MP 360 photos, 3.5K 360 videos. It shoots at 30 frames per second at 3456 by 1728 and 60 frames per second at 2304 by 1152. It's got a built-in 6-axis electronic stabilizer. The battery is 1600 milliamps. It's compatible with both iOS and Android. However, the mobile app seems to work a bit better on the Android platform. And you get a camera at a bit over 300 Australian dollars when it's on special at GearBest.com. I'll actually provide a link below this video with the specials. So looking at the specs, it's definitely up there with most of the consumer grade 360 cameras at the moment, like the Gear 360 and Key Mission 360. The video resolution is slightly lower at 3.5K compared to the 4K that we expect as a minimum for 360 cameras nowadays, but I can report that the quality of the video from this camera is acceptable. To be honest, for great 360 videos, 4K is simply not enough, so the slight loss of resolution to 3.5K does not actually make as much difference as I initially expected. Sure, having the high resolution is definitely preferable, but looking and comparing footage from the cameras, the Xiaomi Mijia Mi Sphere look cleaner and better than the Key Mission 360, and pretty much on par with both the 2016 and 2017 Gear 360. And the biggest bonus of the Mi Sphere is a 6-axis electronic stabilizer. And if you like shooting handheld 360 video on the move, then this is probably the best 360 camera to go for over all the other 360 consumer cams at the moment. Here, I'm walking handheld with both the Mi Sphere and the Gear 360. I'm just walking normally and didn't really try to hold the camera too steady, but I did try to make sure that both my hands are similar so that I don't get extra movement from one over the other. Looking at the footage, you can very clearly see the Mi Sphere 6-axis electronic stabilizer in action. I've been playing around with using some of the other 360 cameras with a gimbal, but the MiSphere looked like it's shot on a gimbal. All my walking movement have been smoothed out a fair bit, and gives the video a floaty feel that you get on a good steady stabilized shot. Sure, it's not perfect, but it's definitely a must-have for someone who wants to shoot moving 360 videos. I've always wondered when 360 cameras will be released with inbuilt stabilisation. I think they could go even further and pair it up with the readings that some of these cameras have from its gyroscope. They can really enhance the whole 360 recording and viewing experience. The photos and videos captured on the MiSphere are clean and sharp, and it handles difficult lighting very gracefully. I often like to test the cameras with some easy even light shot, as well as some that have really strong lighting contrast between the two cameras. And the MiSphere have handled it extremely well. It does struggle a bit with low light, high ISO shot, but again, most of the other consumer level 360 cameras have the same issues. Here's a few test compare shots with the Gear 360. You can definitely see the high resolution of the Gear 360 outperform the MiSphere. In the darker area of the shot, you can see both cameras struggling, but the MiSphere struggled just a little bit harder. The same can be seen in the videos, and you can see the difference in the 4K versus the 3.5K. The MiSphere software and algorithm have tried hard to hide this by increasing the contrast and sharpening the video a bit more, but this also introduced more unwanted artifacts and noise into the image. Don't get me wrong, I'm still very impressed by the quality outputted by the Xiaomi Mijia. The overall color contrast and quality of the photos and videos are very good, but when you compare it closely to the Gear 360 images at least, I'm slightly favouring the Gear 360. The mobile app is surprisingly well designed. I still prefer the Samsung Gear 360 app, but the MiSphere comes in a close second. There are still a few items here and there in the app that is in Chinese and some in Chinglish, and I can say that. But once you work out your way around this, the overall experience is very good. It also handled the process of downloading from the camera to the phone in a way that I always thought the others should implement. I'm always worried about battery life and connection dropouts when downloading big, or if I'm downloading a lot of videos and photos at the same time, and always thought that there must be a way to allow the download to continue if there's a sudden dropout or due to connections issues or just a battery issue. Well, Xiaomi have implemented this, and it really is a must-have. It definitely stopped me anxiously checking on the download every 5 seconds to make sure that it's still going. So what don't I like about the Xiaomi Mijia? There's not that much to pick on. As always, I do harp on the image quality, and even though it is slightly worse than the Gear 360, I've been pleasantly surprised by the quality this camera managed to capture in both photos and videos. However, with that said, I would still want to see improvement in quality in both 360 photos and videos in this camera and all other 360 cameras coming into the market. And if I have to nitpick, at times I do wish this camera have an LCD screen or some ways to provide me with more information about the status of the camera or the mode that I'm in. I do wish the battery is removable, but then it makes it a little harder to get the seal to be waterproof compliant. The app can be further improved, but it's already way better than a lot of the other 360 camera apps out there in terms of usability and reliability. Bottom line, the Xiaomi Mijia Mi Sphere is a very capable 360 camera that I rank very highly. I found myself drawn to use it more and more even with other 360 cameras lying around. Just this morning I got a notice on the MiSphere app telling me there's yet another firmware upgrade, which is great to see that they're constantly working on and improving the product. This is the first entry to the consumer 360 camera market by Xiaomi, and I'm already excited to see the next version in this product line. Let's hope they continue and improve on a very good base level consumer product, and not follow others on the market and taking a step forward and a few steps back. Thank you for watching everyone. It's Warren here from Overexposed 360, and I hope to catch you on the next video.